Magnus Carlsen has done it again. How will Magnus win this? First, we attack a pawn. We make white decide how he's going to defend it. Is he going to push it? What's he going to do? He castles. Magnus plays f5. Jeffrey plays g3. Just a very normal move. King has breathing room. Magnus plays king f7. In the middle of this game, he doesn't touch the bishops. He doesn't touch the rooks. A lot of players here would not play king f7. A lot of players. They would make an antsy move. King f7 just... King is a piece in the endgame. We got to bring the king. a4. I'm going to plant my bishop there, immediately taking advantage of my opponent's previous move. Now we have only 3 pieces to play with, and the pawn goes up to a5, and Magnus stops it with a6. So now Magnus controls the only open file. The rook cannot go to d1. That isn't enough of an advantage to be annoying, and after rook a1, now this very nice move bishop f8, which prevents the rook from removing the bishop. Jeffrey plays king f1. Magnus brings the king closer to the middle. Every move is an improvement. The king has now walked closer to the center than white's king. Black has more space. Black has the more annoying bishops and the more annoying rook. King e1. Rook d5. We begin creating an illusion that we might create some threats. And now, this move f4 completely clarifies the pawn structure, and Magnus advances. Why does he advance? Connect 4, 1, pass pawn. In all endgames, that pass pawn will be annoying. Pass pawn meaning it has no pawns preventing it from going. It's certainly not passing anywhere. I don't know. Bishop to d4, king to d7, king f2, and it looks like Jeffrey has actually made a lot of progress, completely closing up the position. Now we have bishop c5. Jeffrey goes on the offensive here. He completely reverses course. He's not trying to push Magnus back. With pawn takes g4, bishop takes, pawn takes, rooks and bishops. Magnus down 40 seconds on the clock to his younger opponent, king d6. Rook c8, brings the bishop back, but both guys only have 5 pawns. And what's funny is that Magnus's pawns are technically on the wrong color. They should not be on the same color as the bishop. But actually, in this instance, the pawns are very well protected. Jeffrey is doing great. A lot of pressure being put on the position. He plays bishop back to e2. Magnus rook b2. They're shuffling. Now he goes for his a-pawn. Jeffrey gives away the a-pawn, but wins this pawn. Now it's only down with 3 pawns. 30 seconds each. It's a scramble. What's going to happen here? Rook d3, rook c3. We're looking for our chances. We get that pawn for that pawn. 2 pawns remaining on the board. A scramble incoming. Will Magnus be clutch? King f6, d6, h2. Both guys are so close to making a new queen. Bishop e6. Only thing that can possibly happen here is a blunder deep into the game. g5 is tricky. Both guys are now down to 1 pawn. If you sack a bishop for a pawn, it's going to end in a draw. King to f4, bishop f5. How is Magnus going to win this position? King d6. Oh, that's a really clutch move. That's a really clutch find. He gives up his bishop for a bishop, and it would have been a winning rook endgame. And Jeffrey Zhang here loses on time.